Welcome to the Dr. Erin Show. May you live your truth. Good morning, this is Dr. Erin, teaching universal law and spiritual truth. And today's topic is you don't have to be a hippie to be spiritual. So when I was a little girl, I grew up in kind of a pseudo hippie commune in the hills of Santa Barbara. It was actually called Painted Cave. And it was a very fascinating childhood, to say the least. It was kind of leftover. It was kind of like a hangover from the 60s, quite frankly. Our parents, most of them, had the whole concept of free love, which was, I think, an epic time in the history of the United States, where the younger generations really went away from rules and all the stigmas and everything. They were testing the waters and trying to go out in the limbs and have radical free love. And I think that served in many, many ways, and it also hurt people in many, many ways. So my mother and father got a divorce when I was about 2, and most of the parents up in those hills didn't have any rules. There was no real speaking of ethics or our spiritual nature or anything. It was just kind of a random free love thing. So I grew up in the 70s, and it was kind of like a shit show after that, quite frankly. Most of the parents were divorced, which is fine. I have no problem. We have many different aspects of families today. So I think the traditional way of families was bound to kind of begin to break down. But the issue was there was no rules, there was no regulations, there was drugs, there was disorder, disharmony. And so this is what I want to talk to you guys about today, that you don't have to be in this space of the concept of, oh, it's all love, it's all good, when it's not. We need to get real and have some kind of spiritual principles to live by and yet live our truth. Maybe breaking through the concept of doing the right thing or being in the right relationship, or all those cultural bounds, those bonds that just no longer serve the individual expression. But then how do we come to the place where we have order, harmony, and love, but not in a sense of putting all of us in a box, and then not living on the other extreme of the 60s, where it just was like everyone's sleeping with whomever, there's no order, there's no harmony to all of it. And we know that from a cosmic standpoint, there's always harmony, but there's always a breakdown, and then there's a reorganization, right? So on that concept, I want to just say that there is a unique truth for you, and there is a way of doing it in a way that doesn't harm other people and doesn't bring disorder, that you can do it in an authentic, transparent, ethical way. There are ethics to spirituality. So that brings me to today's law, which is the law of love. And this is an important law in this conversation, because what is the law of love? So this law is the internal mechanism of life that guides all things to order, harmony, and love. So if the creative process is inverted to create chaos, harm, or disorder, this law will bound its effect. Okay? So basically, some of the 60s and 70s, we saw that free love didn't totally work. There became things like addiction and discord, and kind of everything was kind of disheveled, which was actually a beautiful thing, because it really was a breakdown for the breakthrough in our culture. We needed to break through some of those distinctions of all the rules and typical ways of boxed in families. We needed to break through that. But yet, we also had to have kind of a disorder for there to be a reordering of it, for people to find their unique truth in our culture. Hence, so many great expressions these days. So in that, this law, the law of love, also, it is the law, this is the expression and expansion of spirit. So true love, what is love, right? Love is the expression and expansion of spirit, your higher self, through desire in terms of creation, through you as you. So the point is this, is the true space of loving is a full expression of you without harming others and having order. So all of life is designed to awaken the self to greater love. So we always say in the New Thought movement, we say, love points the way and the law makes it possible. Meaning that love, the full expression and desire, is truly love. The law is what brings it into order. It is the laws, it's Mother Nature, it's aligning with harmony. And if that's inverted, if we use our love and we invert it for chaos or harm or disorder, then we get bounded. We feel the pressure of being sad and lonely and having addiction and dysfunction and all those things that happens. And so in that, I know that there is a place in spirituality where you don't have to just say, oh, it's all love, free love, hippiness. You get to have order. You get to have mindfulness. We get to still have, whatever clothes you want on that's your expression. You get to keep your individual personality. You get to keep all of that. And you get to bring harmony to other people's lives, which brings me to the daily spiritual practice today, which is the practice today is, and I want to reiterate that your daily spiritual practice is not just going into meditation every day. Your entire life is your daily spiritual practice. So today I invite you to take on the practice of being consistent in your behavior with the people you love. So don't bring disorder to your relationships, bring order, but be transparent and truthful, right? So practice today being consistent in your behavior with the people that you love. And then the daily challenge, because we're in this thing called the game of life, is to organize one thing in your life today. Maybe it's your phone. Maybe it's a closet. Maybe it is your office. I don't know what that is. Organize something, clean something up, because when we have order, there's more harmony. There's more freedom, actually. And I think that, again, the 60s was this place and time where people began to think that, you can just do whatever, whenever. That was my life. We had really no rules, no regulation. There was no time that we had dinner. It was very inconsistent. And I think that at that point in time, I can't make my mom or dad wrong. It was just part of the culture, quite frankly, in that time in history. So it came down to a place where realizing that, we need order. Children need order. People need order. We kind of go crazy if we have all disorganization in our lives. So organize something today. Have fun. We need both as human beings. We need spontaneity and we need order. So why not have certain things in your life be really organized, and then you can go out and play and create in your art, take it into your art, take it into your expression wherever you are. Okay. So, I don't know where you guys are today, but I do know that the 60s and 70s were an incredible time. We broke through some walls and chains. And I know for you that there's a unique way of living, that you have a unique expression, that you have a unique family, you have a unique sexuality, you have a unique way of bringing your expression into your business and into your financial situation and into your hobbies and everything. That we don't want to put you back in a box before the 60s, right? We don't want it to be so regimented, but we want there to be order. And I know that you desire that. I know if you're a human being, you desire some order. And so on that note, let's just do a benediction, which is knowing the benefit of this talk, knowing the benefit and saying gratitude. So I just want to stay in gratitude today as we go through this day. I'm so grateful for my health. I'm so grateful for the truth. I'm so grateful to understand universal law. I'm so grateful for all the technology that allows us to do these talks and come together as a community. I'm so grateful for all the innovation of even the bad news right now. I'm so grateful that we get to be in the conversation all together. And so I know today is a perfect day to step further into your truth, into your expression, and to being the love that you are. You're here to be the highest version of yourself, which is the most loving, giving expression you possibly can be. And so on that note, if you guys don't already follow me, I'm Dr. Erin. I'm across all social media as Dr. Erin. You can also find me at erinfalhaskell.com. You can find me at drerin.tv and the 30dayprosperity.com and the Divine Mastermind. So have a wonderful day, you guys. Please like and share and comment on this if you feel there is a benefit for somebody. Please invite somebody into this community, knowing that as they align with universal law and Mother Nature and their own personal truth, they are definitely going to have more freedom. So have a wonderful day, you guys.